Hi, I'm Scott with Starkey Family, Fixing Rigging Up. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you have your notifications turned on. That way you'll be notified when my next video comes. Now, if you can't tell, I broke down again. My transmission is not working. So it's going to be something electrical on that. So today, I've actually got another truck. This is a tow attachment, and we're going to hook it up to the back of my truck. So let's get this video rolling. Okay, so this tow attachment here is electric over hydraulic. So basically what we're doing is this lever here controls up and down, and that's going to take the boom up and down, and that'll be what actually raises my truck up. But we have to have a power wire, so it's actually grounded out through the frame. So what we do is we actually take the power wire and we will walk it up to the battery compartment. And as you see, I've got it hooked to the positive, and it's already grounded through the frame and everything. So this will turn on and off the way it is. Only thing I have to do is turn it on back there. Okay, so normally you push the button right here and that would turn the pump on. But since the switches actually went bad, we're going to take a piece of all thread, stick it in between. That'll turn the motor on. And then this right here controls the up and down pressure. Now I'm not ready to do this yet, but I'm just going to show you how I actually turn it on. And that's how we bypass the switch. But you see what the operations of the actual motor is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the truck and pull the truck backwards and line up the boom with the back of my frame. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so these lips right here, you see how these flanges come up? You want to make sure they're on the outside of the frame rail on both sides. Same over here, and you want them to be within like a half an inch of each other. So you want to make sure everything works out good. Now these are the chains that we're going to be using. We're going to actually wrap these around the back of the frame. But I've got to actually take this boom and lower it down some. Okay, so the first thing is on this boom, you can't trust hydraulics going down the road. Okay, so this boom would actually gradually go down. So you have a little bolt on the other side you undo, but you see these big holes here? You set the adjustment and the boom's actually going to rest on a large pin. So you're going to have to make sure when you're doing this that you remove the pin. Okay, so first we've actually got to get this down a little bit farther on the frame. So we're going to lower this boom down. Okay, let me check the height on it. Okay, we're going to go down just a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so I came back and chained it all up. So I wanted to show you what this looks like back here. So basically you're going to take the chain, wrap it around the back of the axle, wrap it around the frame, And the way that I've done this time, I'm not going to have to actually take the mud flap guard off. So depending on how your truck is set up, you still may have to take it off. This time I'm not going to have to. That's what the driver's side looks like. Here's passenger side again. It's just wrapping around, no big deal. And coming back. Okay, so the next thing is I've got to bring a chain back here and wrap it around the center axle and tie it up to the frame. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I wanted to show you how to chain up your center axle, but before I do, I wanted to make sure, because I didn't mention it earlier, before you do anything with these chains at all, if you have a way in your truck to drop the airbags on the back end of the truck, I have a switch. You need to drop them and completely let the airbags deflate. That way your axles are up against the frame all the way as far as they can get. Your chains will end up being tight, and you can get more height out of the boom when you're going to pick it up, because the axles won't be there dangling. So I've already got the back chained up. Here's how I did the front. All I did was I just took a chain, let's see here, wrapped it around the axle, brought it over, wrapped it around the other axle, and just hooked it back into itself, and just took the excess and just wrapped it around, and then just hooked it back into the chain. So basically what's going to happen is, as I start lifting this up, the axles, you know, the frame's going to come up, and then the chains will get tight, and then these will actually be off the ground. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start raising this up. You may end up hearing a lot of popping from the chains, and that's normal. That's just the chains actually getting tighter. The truck I'm actually using to actually pull my truck with does not have an airbag dump on it, so it's going to be a little bit harder for me to get the height on here. But if your truck actually does that, go ahead and relieve all the air out of the airbags out of the truck that you're actually towing with also, because it'll actually be a lot easier to get the height so you can lock the pin on the boom. Okay, let's raise it up. That's fine. That's just the chains tightening up. That's a good thing. Okay, so what we're going to do is, now that the chains are tight, we're going to bring that back down, and we're going to put another link in. Okay, let's go and raise it again. Let me see if I can get any more out of this. That looks pretty tight. Okay, let's go ahead and lower it back down, and we're going to check the chains again. Okay, so we're about ready to raise the truck up for good. And if you see the hydraulic fluid, that's because of this thing's deciding to play Pop the Weasel. So anyways, let's go ahead and lift this truck up. Let me get my gloves on here. The reason why I've got the truck running is the batteries really aren't enough to provide enough power to lift this all the way up. So we're gonna have to emphasize and have the truck running. Okay, so what we're going to do is, now that we got the truck up off the ground, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and put the pin in. And since the pin is in now we can take the pump and lower it down. Okay, so all the pressure is off the hydraulics and now it's on the pin. So now we're nice and secure. Okay, so I've got everything hooked up, and the way that I've got the wire plugged in over there runs back. This is for the lights. I just simply wrap the cord up there on the motor. The back is all chained up. I took bungees and wrapped around the cord. I'll show you how I've got the front done. Well, the front of my truck done. How about that? So there's the light kit. I just got it bungeed up there. And all I did was, I just took the wire, put it up there underneath. It just flips around, as you see. Okay, we're ready to roll. I'm Scott with Starkey Family, Fixing Rigging Up. I hope you've enjoyed watching me hook up my own truck and tow it once again. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and watch my other videos. Make sure you turn your notifications on, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.